Look over there, I think I see a movie star. Even movie stars, they come to Cleveland to get away. Tracy Jordan, you gotta get away, gotta get away, gotta get away to Cleveland. Been watching 30 Rock a lot, and that's been stuck in my head for weeks. All right, can we have a moment for a little clavicular update? Hello everyone, welcome to Can We Have a Moment? I am your host, Adam Carroll. Eugene is around here somewhere. You might see his tail go by here in a second. Oh, there he is! He's over there. That's him right there. And today we're talking about Clavicular. If you don't know who Clavicular is, congratulations. That's amazing. I need to know how you're living life without hearing about this craziness. Wild. Anyways, Clavicular, whose real name is Braden Peters. Side note, any gay men out there watching, does Braden Peters not sound like a porn name from like Corbin Fisher or like Sean Cody from like 2009? Like, isn't that kind of what that sounds like? I know they didn't do like first and last names, but like it just sounds like a Corbin Fisher porn star name. It's kind of what it sounds like. Anyways, he's a 20-year-old, looks maxing, I guess like a Twitch streamer. He's really big in the manosphere. I got fucking sleep in my eye. And and he's basically influencing thousands upon thousands of young men to be complete and utter pieces of shit. He's only fucking 20 years old, so why anyone is platforming him, why anyone, thinks he has some great wisdom to give people is just fucking hilarious. Like, why are young men listening to him? I don't know. Go listen to, like, Good Trouble on Instagram. He's not only super hot, he's also super educated and knows what he's talking about.
To begin with, why are you recording yourself at the gym? What are you doing with this video? But he was also trying to help. He's concerned. You're bench pressing free weights with no spotter, and you are a woman. I mean, using a bench press at all as a woman is like that's not even an exercise you really need to do in the first place. But especially free weights, doing without a spotter that's dangerous. He's trying to help you out. Now you could say, well, he wouldn't have done that if it was a guy. Probably not. But men are more protective of women.
I'd just like to start by reminding you that this is what Matt Walsh looks like without his gender-affirming beard and haircut and lighting. Matt, of all the fucking things that you are deeply, comically underqualified to speak about, and the list is endless, gym etiquette might be nearing the top of that list because I don't know if you know this, we can see you. You look like you get winded opening a pickle jar, like maybe another disgraced manosphere idiot. Do you know what's more dangerous than bench pressing while in possession of a uterus? Having some mass gorilla upset the weight distribution of your bar. And you would know that had you ever stepped foot even remotely close to a gym. Matt came out recently and said that he was going to do more lifestyle and culture content like this and tried to pass it off like it wasn't because he couldn't talk about how good the administration was doing because gas is fucking $9 trillion. But if this is the slop that you're going to offer, Matt, I feel like you should just pack it up. By the way, this is me formally challenging you to a pickle jar opening contest. You go and tell Andrew that I'll see you out back by the flagpole. You friggin' betas.
Anyways, Clavicular, recently, he was in Florida, and he went viral for shooting at an alligator or like a crocodile, like a dead alligator or crocodile in some like pond or like river or something. And it was a big deal, and it's actually like, I'm pretty sure like against the law to do that. Well, it is against the law because he is in court for it. And the best part about this, about him being in court for this, is the fact that the judge is really hot. Really hot. Really, really just fucking beautiful. Like, I love this so much. Okay, here is a little clip of Clavicular, Braden Peters, dealing with a judge who's so much hotter than he is.
Two social media streamers accused of firing a gun in the Everglades during a live stream. They have now pleaded no contest to the charges. Andrew Morales, known online as Cuban Tarzan, and Braden Peters, who goes by Clavicular, they were each charged with unlawful discharge of a firearm in a public place. This case stems from a March live stream that appeared to show a dead alligator being shot in the Everglades. As part of their sentence, both men received 6 months probation, 20 hours of community service that cannot be streamed or monetized, along with wildlife and firearm safety courses. If they do violate their probation, they could face up to 364 days in jail.
This actually makes me so fucking happy. I really hope that there's people out there fucking taking pictures of them doing fucking community service, picking garbage up off the side of the streets. Like, I don't give a fuck. I want to fucking see it. Now, I don't want them to, like, I don't know. I also don't want them to get, like, rich or get any more attention from it, but, like, fuck yeah, I would like to see that. But not from, like, their perspective, obviously. Like, if someone wants to be a little bit of a paparazzo and take a photo from the bushes, yeah, I'd fucking love to see that. And that fucking judge! Can we talk about that? Can we talk about the judge? Oh my god! Like, this has to be on purpose. This cannot be a coincidence. Because if you remember, when he was on fucking 60 Minutes, he got totally out, whatever they call it, he got frame mogged or looks maxed or whatever the fuck it's called. Here's a clip of him on 60 Minutes. Now, I can't quite remember what pissed him off. The question he's asked is cut out of this clip. But the really hot interviewer asks him a question, he gets really mad and he storms out. But I'm mostly showing this so you can see that this just keeps happening to this guy. Like, what the fuck? Anyways, watch the clip.
But I didn't have time to look into, anything about potentially, who your wife cheated with. But don't try to go down that line of questioning with me. All right.
I mean,
because I'm not doing any political.
I'm not married,
gesturing,
but
so
I was simply only asking because obviously
maybe you got a looks max then. So I could teach you about looks max and then maybe you could switch that up. But thanks for the time. Appreciate the interview. All right.
Okay, so this guy is obviously a child. He's only 20 years old. Like, you're still a fucking baby, but also hilarious that you got interviewed and were clearly interviewed by someone who's far more attractive than you. And, like, I've come to, like, I think in one of the last videos I talked about, like, this guy is no Zac Efron. This guy is no, I don't fucking know. There's so many more beautiful men out there than this guy. And in this interview, for whatever reason, well, he looks like he just hit himself in the face with a hammer, which is something he loves to do. But in that 60 Minutes interview, he did not, like, he looked rough. He looked rough. Like, maybe he just spent the night before just doing coke like crazy. I don't fucking know. But I love how he's just getting frame mogged by all of these guys and everywhere he goes. Like, his whole thing is supposed to be looks maxing, and I'm beautiful, blah, 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 blah. I hit myself in the face with a hammer, and boom. Everywhere you look, yeah. Guys are just so much hotter than you. Here is a clip of Clavicular. Recently, he's been spending a lot of time with Jake Paul. The first clip I want to show you where he's talking about, I think he's talking about enhancing his penis. And I just feel like this is something that, like, a 16-year-old would talk. One would talk like, and one would... This is what he would talk about. Anyways, let's dive into this fucking clip.
It's your suspensory ligament and stretching.
Suspensory ligament?
Mm-hmm.
Penis.
Well, that's what you're stretching. But yeah, you're holding onto your shaft.
It's
stretching the suspensory ligament.
Well, it's flaccid.
Yeah. So I would do this while I was driving.
I'm guessing he thinks that this is making his penis bigger. And these two fucking morons are just sitting there like, yeah, like just lapping it up. Maybe, you know, they're trying not to. Maybe they're not trying to, like, just full on embarrass. Like, the guy is good looking. He's a good looking guy, sure. But he's not, like, drop dead sexy. Like, Brad Pitt is still hotter than this guy. Tom Cruise today is hotter than Glenn Powell is hotter than this guy. I just don't understand. I don't. Anyways, here's a clip of Clavicular still with Jake Paul. This is where he talks about how there's not a big return on investment when getting a woman to finish in bed. It's a waste of time, basically, he's saying. And if that's not the gayest shit I've ever heard, I don't know. But here's the clip. Here's what they had to say.
How important is it to you to also make the girl have an orgasm?
Not important.
How come?
Well, because, you know, the amount of extra effort that's required to do that is just not going to really have much ROI. So I don't. Well, it's true. I mean, really.
That means return on investment.
Well, yeah. So, like, you know, you're gonna have to spend at least an extra half hour more than you usually would doing some.
That's not true. It depends on the girl. They don't just there are girls that can finish, especially the cheat code there. Because let's be honest, if you're just doing one night stands, it doesn't matter, right? Yeah. But if you're trying to satisfy a partner and maintain a long-term relationship, having them enjoy the experience is obviously important. The workaround there, the ultimate solution is a vibrator, dude. It completely eliminates that entire effort.
That's kind of like cocked in my opinion.
You really think so?
Yeah, I would say so, because think about it, right? Now you're sitting there with some stupid vibrator, like you know what I mean? Like that's okay. So what I'm simply saying about the ROI thing is, you're telling me that there's not an activity in that, you know, even let's just call it 15 minutes. Just be realistic. In that 15 minutes that you could be doing, that's going to guarantee a long-term relationship. Like, that seems silly. Like, in 15 minutes, I could, you know, get, you know, set up to do my steak stream. I could do just a million different things. Like, I could take an important phone call, whatever.
Dude, it's sex with a woman. What is wrong with you? Oh, right. You're obviously fucking gay. Dude, you are gay. Or your whole thing, because there's also this clip of him getting a phone call from fucking Peter Thiel. If you don't know who Peter Thiel is, he's the man that J.D. Vance, the Vice President of the United States, went and got queer-eyed for, and suddenly became the fucking Vice President of the United States. Peter Thiel is a billionaire. He's a gay billionaire, or a closeted billionaire. No, he's a openly gay billionaire who... he's one of those billionaires who are actively focused on young men and making sure that young men don't want to have long-term relationships with actual human beings. They just want these young men to be having relationships with AI bots, computers, robots, all that shit. That is their whole fucking focus. And that is why people like Clavicular are saying shit like this. Because he is bought and paid for by Peter Thiel. Which is, my opinion, I don't have any really evidence besides the video that I'm about to play you that shows that he got a phone call from Peter Thiel and canceled his live stream and just, like, fucking walked out. I saw the video the other day.
Hello? Yeah, I'm on stream, by the way. I'll put the mic on someone else.
You know, what does that fucking tell you? No, like, I'm not surprised that you have him saying that shit like this. Of course he's saying shit like this, because that's who he's bought and paid for by. And obviously I think he's gay, and maybe doesn't actually want to have sex with women, if that's what you're... I mean, like, Peter Thiel's gay. So, I could take a phone call. I could set up for a live stream. So many other things I could do with that 15 minutes. Like, bro, what? And yeah, the fact that Jake Paul and this other dude just fucking sit there. I'm happy that they're fucking laughing at his face. Like, that is beautiful. And then you can clearly tell by the look on Clavicular's face that he knows this is bullshit and stupid. But he's being paid for by Peter Thiel, so he has to continue, saying all this shit. It's pretty fucking wild. It's pretty fucking wild. Clavicular, yo. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, y'all. If you know some young men, please find out who they're following, find out who they're being influenced by, and please, for the love of God, don't let them be listening to little disturbing pieces of shit like Braden Peters. I don't even want to call him Clavicular anymore. Like, no, your name's Braden. Your name's Braden, honey. And you could be the star of Corbin Fisher here. But instead, you're just influencing young men to be pieces of shit. And lonely pieces of shit. Like, this man is, like, part of the reason there is a loneliness epidemic with young men. And that is real. If you're out there thinking that that is, like, a funny thing, it's not. You have billionaires all over this fucking world who are actively trying to get young men to be lonely pieces of shit and to have relationships with chatbots, AI, computers, all that shit. Anyways, y'all, that's all I have to say. Clavicular, Braden Peters, you're a piece of shit, and stop beating your face with a hammer, because it's not working for you. It's making you look a little puffed. Anyways, y'all, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you thumbs up this video. Make sure you subscribe. Eugene's beautiful. He loves you. Thanks for taking a moment with me today. We'll see you next time.